Ooh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Podcast. We are ready to go. The question is, are you ready to go? I need you to bring your athletic electric guitar. Energy. I'm talking about getting on the stage, crowd going wild, amps blowing up left and right, smoke effects and lasers and lights. That's the kind of energy I'm talking about today. So, ladies and gents, I need you to buckle up. I need you hydrated, caffeinated, carbonated. Let's get the party started. Ladies. Oof, baby. Ladies, gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to the Guitar Podcast. You're not going to believe this, but I am your host with the most, Mr. Senor Sorenzo. I got to tell you something. Ladies and gents, we've got a kick-ass stream for you today. That is true. First, we're going to talk about Dimebag Darrell's estate. Partnering up with Dime Guitars. Cooking up some concoction. And by that I mean electric guitars. Then we're going to talk about this AI trend that is happening in the guitar market these days, where there's female guitar players and somebody comes and turns them into like AI animated. We're going to talk about that. It's becoming a trend. And I shouldn't laugh about it, but I kind of do. Then we're going to talk about a new Jackson guitar that was released. It looks insane. We're kind of upset still at Fender and FMIC, Fender Musical Instrument Corp. And Jackson is owned by FMIC. So we kind of got a bit of a split feelings about covering this topic. But we are, out of respect for you guys, because some of you guys might like Jackson, we're covering it here. We're going to talk about that in another article. That other article essentially talks about, well, Fender. So we're going to talk about that, and then we'll finish it off with two really athletic guitars. One of them is a very new release. It was released 2 days ago, and the other one's been around in the market, but we've never covered it. It's an interesting guitar made of carbon. So we're ready to go, man. Let us get the party started, shall we? Can I get, from Twitch and on YouTube, can I get a sound check? Is the sound good? Are we too loud? Is the backing track too loud? Talk to me. We need some confirmations on YouTube and on Twitch, please. So, with that said, ladies and gents, let's get El Party started, shall we? let's do this. And we had a more mellow start today. I gotta tell you guys, I'm recovering from being very sick this week, and we're kind of keeping it mellow today. If you guys watch other episodes, we start a little bit more athletically at the beginning of the the beginning of the stream. But let's get the party started. So, you guys know Dimebag Darrell, the legendary electric guitar player for the band Pantera, right? So, the man, rest in peace, amazing guitar player. After his passing, there's always been some sort of a legal fight, some sort of a dispute about the rights to, who owns the designs and who's going to produce the guitars and all that. And his estate, led by his wife, is no shy of getting into, legal feuds with companies. The latest one, again, being with Dean Guitars and their mother company, Armadillo. But anyways, I think we covered that legal news, last week. We talked about it. But the state of Dimebag Darrell linked up with Dime Guitars. And they are now producing the Culprit, which was one of the famous designs that Dimebag Darrell used to play. And that's the design of the guitar. If you have a look at it, I'll just click on this. So that essentially is the Culprit design. It's kind of similar to like an X style guitar, or maybe an Explorer, you could say, but there's these extra cutaways there, right? But it's a wild looking guitar. And then it's, if you watch Dimebag Darrell, you're no stranger, right? The guy's Razorback design is insane. The ML design is insane. And so that's all well and good. And then you might also be very familiar with the shape of the headstock, right? Very similar to a Dean headstock, for example. The thing about this headstock is that the bottom horn is actually a little longer. You guys can see it here. The bottom horn is literally, I'll show you guys, here we go, literally longer than the top horn. And so that's like an interesting thing. And they have to essentially differentiate the shape of the headstock between brands. Otherwise, again, it's going to become legal trouble. So you got that going on there. Now, just when I was looking at the design of this guitar, right, a couple of things I noticed. Number one was that the bridge pickup is a rail-based pickup, and I like it. Two of my guitars got Seymour Duncan Nazgul rails on them, and I just like the rail design, the looks of it. But also one advantage is that you don't have to have the poles under the string right away. Like, you know what I mean? The range in terms of like the width, that range that the pickup can pick up the changes in the electromagnetic signal because of the string oscillation is continuous, right? Because you have a rail design, you don't have a bunch of poles. So that's another reason why I like it. But that was the first thing I noticed when I was looking at that guitar. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. You got the Razor tag on the 12th fret as an inlay. Dimebag Darrell guitar, not a surprise there. Another thing I noticed about it, before even we talk about the specs, was how deep the angle of the strings are from the if you have a look at the fourth string, so the D string, and then you look at the G string, right? No pun intended. If you have a look at those two, see how like sharp the angle is out of the nut. So it goes to the nut. It doesn't go straight up. It goes boom. That's a heavy angle. That's heavier than that's stronger than a Gibson headstock angle, right? And so I appreciate the fact that you have a locking nut there and the nut is made out of some sort of a metal. Like, that's good. But man, that angle is heavy. Like, you gotta, whoever owns a guitar like this, you gotta lubricate that nut a lot. Otherwise, you're gonna have some tuning issues. Like, I don't know how I feel about that angle there. Nevertheless, the advantage that goes with it, though, is that obviously you get to have this cool headstock, but also like you get a nice truss rod cover there. You see that like the access to truss rod cover is really easy if you need to adjust your truss rod so the strings don't get in the way. And here you see the Dimebag Darrell logo there, right? So that was like the first things I noticed about this guitar. Now, this guitar, the Culprit, has two versions. You have the USA version and the non-USA version. They call it the Culprit Standard, and they differ a little in terms of like what are the colors available in them. That was interesting. Funny thing is, the USA Culprit is available, but if you click on the Culprit Standard, it's not. So they're working on it, but it's not quite there. So because of that, I don't trust the coloring schemes here so much. Like, what the colors are going to be like and what's going to be actually available is going to be only determined by, you know, whatever deal they can land so they can do it, like, you know, in a way that financially makes sense for them. So they might have to make some compromises there. So I wouldn't really rely on this, because here's the thing. So here's what happened, right? So right off the bat, when I came to this website, I had to look at this design. This is the really famous dime bolt design. See that? All the bolts, right? That's like a really famous. The most famous guitar with the dime bolt design was like the Dimebag Darrell's ML guitar, right? That's probably the most famous guitar with that design on it, right? So I was looking at the dime bolt here and then the dime bolt there, and I'm like, man, the standard one, the more affordable one, looks a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like the bolts are brighter and there's a stronger shade of black here, like, you know what I mean? And then when I clicked on it, I'm like, oh, it's not even available yet. So chances are that they haven't even found a producer, like a production company to produce them for them. So that was like an interesting thing. So I wouldn't really rely on this much. But going to the USA Culprit, so they're price tagging it at $10,000 US dollars, Australian dollars rather. Sorry. So 10,000 Aussie dollars is how much US? 8,000 US? Where's USD? Can we get USD, please? There we go. I just saw it. Madagascar USD? No. Like, you... Okay, doesn't matter. I guess USD is USD, right? So 6,000 USD, essentially. 10,000 Australian. How much in European? Like 5.3 thousand euros. That's a pricey guitar. That's a freaking pricey guitar, by the way. Right. Nevertheless, USA Custom Shop. So what is this? Why is this a USA and then Argentina? Because in different countries, they're selling them differently. Shipping, maybe? Is that I wonder. That's a weird price tagging situation that is going on here right now, guys. Zambia, Vietnam. All right, United States. There we go. $6,000. We were right at the beginning. So 6,000 US dollars, 10,000 Australian, which is, again, a hefty price tag on a guitar. That's a custom shop guitar, but whatevs, right? So here we go. You got that going on now. Colors, Tobacco Sunburst. Look at that. Engraved snake skin. Dime bolt, cherry bomb, cobalt flame. I guess it's the maple flame, the top, I guess. Dime slime, that's the green one, and then the slime snake, right? I don't know. I like the tobacco sunburst and the snake skin probably better than the other ones. Out of all of them. Yeah. Anyways, so here we go. You got the guitar, right? Now, one thing you notice, the moment I saw this, I recognized this neck. This is the Z-Glide neck. So for those who don't know, you guys see the neck? See how it looks like coarse? It looks like it has diamonds on it, like, right? That's the Z-Glide neck. That's one of the inventions of Dean Zelinsky. See that? So essentially, you get the piece of wood on the neck, and you put it in a machine that has laser in there that it burns the wood. It sort of like creates holes in the wood, right? And that lasering device basically creates these patterns. Now, the reason they do that, what they're saying, like at least what Dean Zelinsky, the luthier, says the reason he invented that was because this neck reduces the point of contact, the surface area that your thumb connects to the wood, your hand connects to the wood. It reduces that by like at least half. They're talking about like 70-80%. I'm being conservative here, right? So they're saying, oh, look, that's what it does. And so essentially your hand can move faster and so on and so forth. So that was like the basic premise of it. That's the Dean Zelinsky design. Now, how it appeared here, for those who don't know, Dean Zelinsky, the luthier, was the founder of Dean Guitars, which he later sold. Then he had some work with Dime Guitars, and then he moved on and just started producing guitar under his own brand. So if you go to Dean Zelinsky Guitars, Dean Zelinsky Guitars, right? He has his own thing going on here, and Z-Glide essentially is one of his inventions. That's the Dean Zelinsky, by the way. Yeah. Very, very accomplished luthier. So there we go. That's the Z-Glide neck. That's what I'm talking about, and that's the machine. So you guys can see it's in a second. There's like there we go. The machine goes on with the laser and like does these patterns on the neck. Yeah, see that? That's the process, essentially. And he patented it and all that. Yeah. So there we go. Your hand only comes in contact with 28% of the neck. That the rest is air. So essentially, it's like So you would think if a layperson looks at this, you're like, oh, it's going to be coarse. It's going to be a rough surface, not a smooth one. But they're arguing that it actually is. Like, the contact is 70% less than usual. Now, I've been trying my best to find one of these necks and try them up, but I haven't been able to find any. They don't have anything in stock in Australia or anything of that nature. So I'm based in Australia currently, which is a shame. But yeah, as soon as I can get my hand on one, I can't wait to try one of these and see what's the truth. Like, is there any truth to any of these claims? Because logically, at least in my mind, it's like, oh, well, that's going to be, it's not a smooth surface. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's the Z-Glide neck, and it's showing up here, which is I think is a nice touch, like it or not. Like, I think the fact that these guitars are coming in and they're not rinse and repeat of what Dean Guitars is doing with the ML or Razorback, I like it. I like something new added to that, right? So here we go. That looks awesome. Like that neck looks really good. Yeah, I gotta try it. So here we have it. Now, as far as the construction goes, like as far as the features go, right? You have Dime's iconic Dimebucker 59 pickup set with our brand new integrated 15 dB rapid charge gain boost. Interesting. Yeah, so Dimebag Darrell used to use Seymour Duncan 59s on the neck. I would think that the neck pickup is still extremely close to Seymour Duncan 59s. Man, that formula really worked, didn't it? Like, Seymour Duncan 59s are awesome. I have, I'm two of my guitars, and it just sounds out of this world. One of the best pickups to put on the neck pickup. Nevertheless, it's a set to neck guitar. Mahogany with flame maple top and a maple cap on top. Right, so now the wood type of the neck, 3-piece maple neck, ebony fingerboard, 24/7 5 scale length, which is like Gibson scale length essentially. Nut width is 43. Not a surprise for a bulky, chunky guitar like this. Floyd Rose R3 12-inch radius nut. Fingerboard is compound 12 to 16 inches. That's interesting. Neck contour is medium soft V, 21.5 mil on the first fret, and a 22.5 is the thickness on the 12th fret. So this is like medium low thickness, so like medium thin. Smedium. That's like where this sits. 22 medium jumbo stainless steel frets, Z-Glide neck. We talked about that right now. We talked about that already. And then, two-way adjustable truss rod. Not a surprise there. Original Floyd Rose Grover rotor grip locking tuners. We like that. Seymour Duncan. There we go. So told you guys, neck pickup is Seymour Duncan 59. Hell yeah. Amazing neck pickup. Like, I'm already like in love with this pickup. It's so good. If you guys haven't tried it, like, highly recommend you. If you got a neck pickup that you're trying to change and go for something that sounds like really good, clean, or with a bit of a fuzz, Seymour Duncan 59 is the way to go, man. Highly recommended. And then the bridge pickup is the Seymour Duncan Dimebucker. And then controls, you got a neck volume push and pull for coil split, and then bridge volume push and pull for coil split, and then master tone push and pull for 15 decibels of gain boost. So that's good. And that's kind of a nice feature to have, right? You got 2 passive pickups if you want some extra boost, right? To make it sound thicker. That does it for you right away. You don't need like a boost pedal or anything of that nature to preamp it. Comes with the Dario EXL's 942s. That's a surprise. I thought, especially given the fact that we're going for a shorter scale guitar, I thought that it would be a 1052 guitar, but clearly not. And it comes with its own case. Yeah. And then that boost is chargeable. Essentially, you just plug it in with that cable and it charges it. Nice feature. Really nice feature, by the way. Yeah. Plug for half a minute and get 20 hours of uninterrupted playtime. That's a pretty good deal. Especially if someone tours or performs live with these things. Like that quick turnaround time is gold. A few minutes, put it in, and you're good to go. Yeah. So there you have it. That is the new custom shop Culprit, and the standard version is still not out yet. So I'll be monitoring the market every day. That was just what I do. That's just what I do. And see, like, but whenever the standard model is out, I'll be keen to know where it's going to be. So usually my rule of thumb is that the standard models or the affordable models, if they're like Indonesian made or Chinese made or something like that, usually they're between a quarter of the price of the USA version or the third. So if this is $6,000 US, I would think that the standard model will probably go for about, I don't know, $1,500 to $2,000. But we'll see. We'll see when they release it and when they announce it. I don't know how. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, I don't know how fast this is going to actually lift off. Right at this price tag, surely they know that there's not going to be that many people going to be buying like a $6,000 guitar, especially this guitar too. It's like a really niche guitar. It really is. It's not like a like Strat shaped guitar. It's not like a PRS core like USA made guitar. You know what I mean? Those are versatile guitars. You can use them across genres, and play. But this guitar, in a way, is a one-trick pony. Like, you wouldn't play jazz with this guitar. You know what I mean? So it reduces the pool of people that are like willing to pay $6,000 for this. Is basically, yeah. Hey guys, how are ya? Zuhair's there and Dorotio's there. What's happening? Zuhair says, "Evening, Sorenzo. What are you speaking about?" I'm talking about the new Dime guitars. So the state of Dimebag Darrell linked up with Dime guitars, and they finally released the Culprit. This was a guitar that Dimebag played with. Like you know, there were some live performances of his. That's the Culprit shape, and we're talking about that guitar. Yeah. Dorotio, what's happening, pal? How are you? Dorotio says that looks like a Dean Razorback, very similar to a Dean Razorback. You're right. I don't think they'll be able to do Razorbacks anytime soon because of the legal feud that Dimebag Darrell's estate has with Dean guitars. And it seems like that the court is ruling in Dean Guitar's favor, just because they've been producing the Razorback model for such a long time. But yeah, I think Razorback still with Dean. I wonder Are they selling Razorbacks actively right now? Dean guitars. That'll be a good tell. I think they do. Like, I'll be surprised if they're not. All electric guitars. That's a Kerry King signature. Square, let's just search for it. Razor. Oh yeah, they're selling it. Oh no, they're sold out, but they're on the website. Okay, so we don't know then. In stock is 1. What is that? It's just a case? Yeah, it's just a case that is currently in stock. Okay. Yeah. Ryu, how are you, pal? Happy Saturday. How's things? Ryu says, evening to all, Sensei Sorenzo. Good evening. How you doing? How's your week so far? Zuhair says, I don't have any dimes right now in my wallet, just nickels, so I guess we need to talk about Nickelback. Well played. Well, I mean, if can I tell you guys something funny? So you guys want to know how to insult a PRS player? Because this is what people do, right? People are like, oh, PRS is like for lawyers and doctors and all that, but that's not an insult. That's like a compliment, right? Someone's done well with their lives and they're, willing, they can afford a USA PRS, right? The way to insult a PRS guitar player or a fan of PRS guitars, this is how you do it. You guys know the singer of Nickelback? Do you guys know the guy? Just for those who don't know, let me just bring him up. Nickelback singer Chad Kroeger. There you go. So this, my friends, is the vocalist for Nickelback. His name's Chad Kroeger, right? This is how he looked like when he looks kind of high in this. We get a better photo of the guy. There we go. He's a nice guy, by the way. He seems like well-spoken, a nice Canadian guy. Good-looking, Hollywood-looking type kind of guy. But yeah, so he Nickelback used to be really big, huh? This is how he looks like now. He looks like a 90s dad. Which again, he's a good-looking guy. I got to give it to him. Now, this man almost always plays a PRS. And you guys know, if you don't know, like Nickelback has like a lot of, I'm not going to say haters, but like people that mock them. And the reason they do that is because Nickelback did so many rinse and repeat, just pop songs that cater to the lowest common denominator. You know what I mean? So they got a lot of shit for it. If you want to insult a PRS guitar player, call PRS a Chad Kroeger guitar. Like, just go and tell a PRS player, you know what, man? Just go and play your Chad Kroeger guitar. How about that? Say that to them, and then that's when it really hits them hard. And this has happened to me before. I think I made a review video of a new, when the PRS S2s came out, I think in 2024, what happened was the PRS announced that their S2 models are going to have the core pickups, which was really exciting news because for much smaller price tag, you get to have the USA pickups, so almost the same sound as the USA stuff and the core stuff rather, because S2 is also in USA. Sorry. So I was excited and I made a video about it and I talked about it and I said, look, they're going to overtake the market. Like at this pace, they're going to get a lot of market share for Fender and Gibson. And then somebody commented, yeah, you know what? Go and play with your Chad Kroeger guitar. And that really hurt. So if you guys ever wanted to have a go at a guy who plays PRS, that's one way to go. Ryu says, did not Dean go bankrupt? Dean went bankrupt, but it was a Chapter 7, Ryu, not a it was a Chapter 11 rather, not a Chapter 7. It wasn't a liquidation type of bankruptcy. It was a restructured bankruptcy. So you're right, they did go bankrupt. But essentially, their business activities will go under court supervision, and under that, they still are able to produce guitars. They actually reached out to their distributors and their vendors and all that, saying that it's business as usual. It's just a restructuring of the business under court supervision. But going through that Chapter 11 bankruptcy allows them to then renegotiate their debt. Puts them in a position to renegotiate the debt. So like you could go on and pay, I don't know, 5 cents on a dollar or 6 cents on a dollar or whatever they can negotiate of your debt. And a lot of debtors, a lot of people that lended them money are willing to take it because it's like, get 6 cents on a dollar now as opposed to not at all. You know what I mean? So that puts them in a position to restructure the business, but also renegotiate the debt that they're dealing with. It's a Chapter 11, not a Chapter 7, which is a complete liquidation. Yeah. So it's business as usual for Dean, I think. Not usual, because again, no bankruptcy is good bankruptcy, I guess. Like, no, maybe not even that. Like, no, some bankruptcies are good. It's just that the business is not doing well. All right, suffice to say, that's what I meant to say. If there's tax accountants here, I'd love to be corrected, but do let me know. Next thing you know, you got a tax accountant here, and they're like, man, what are you talking about? But that's as far as I understand it. Zuhair says, PRS players don't get insulted. We know we have a quality, versatile guitar, even if we get their budget models. I agree with you. It's just Chad Kroeger really hits hard to me. I don't know, for some reason, when somebody calls my guitar a Chad Kroeger guitar, it hits here, Zuhair, if you know what I mean. So. Dorotio says Nickelback sold out the NRG Stadium in Houston last year. Hell yeah! No, they're killing it, dude. They're killing it. Like they're still selling out stadiums. Yeah. But yeah, you get the idea. Dorotio says puro piares vatos. Yo Killa, how are ya? Yo Killa says happy Father's Day, y'all. Stay athletic. We like that. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. We will be tagging this, pinning this in the chat. Hold on a second. Pin it. Pin it to the chat. There we go. It's pinned. Stay athletic. We like that. We like that very much. So anyways, here you go, folks. Here you go. This is the Dean Guitar USA Custom Shop Culprit, and I'll be monitoring the market to see if finally we get the standard models details out, because right now there's absolutely, oh my god, whoever, if you guys were on the stream like 20 minutes ago, you noticed that this page was not available. It was giving us an error 404. Like, this page wasn't available. They just made it available. I'm not kidding. Just like on the stream right now, go a little back, like 20 minutes, and this was not available so far this week. It just became available. I'm not lying. Like, I'm not joking around right now. What? This is insane. Okay, let's have a look at it. So, told you guys, did I tell you or did I not? So, 25 minutes ago, this page wasn't available, and I said usually the standard series are between a quarter of the price to a third of the price of the USA model. Wasn't I right? $6,000 for the US model, $2,000 USD for the standard series. Was I right or not? Look at that. That's insane, dude. The fact that they just made it available. I like it. So what are the colors? Dime Slime, Blackjack, Black Tooth, okay. Cherry Bomb, Tobacco Sunburst, and the Dime Bolt. Okay, where is it made? crafted in India under the direction of Dean B. Zelinsky. Right. Okay, so Dean is leading this operation in some ways, and they're producing them in India now. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Look at that. Huh. Okay, interesting. So what are the specs on this then? Set neck, mahogany with flame maple top. So it still comes with the top, not a veneer. 38 mil thickness. I think it was similar to the USA model. 3-piece maple neck, yes. Ebony fingerboard. Still the 24/7/5 scale length. Knot width is the same. Floyd Rose is the same. It's just not the original one, probably. Still comes with compound radius, medium soft V. The neck thickness is exactly the same. Jumbo stainless steel, same frets. Inlays might be a little different. The neck finish is different. The pickups are also different. Okay, so the bridge pickup is the Seymour Duncan SH13. And then the neck pickup is Seymour Duncan SH1 as opposed to the dime bucker on the bridge, and then Seymour Duncan 59 on the neck. So that's the main biggest difference probably so far, and it still has the boost. Okay, so main differences are that you got different pickups in this, completely different pickups. The neck doesn't have the Z glide. You'd be surprised if it does, right? So the neck doesn't have the Z glide, and the Floyd Rose. So pickups, the neck, and then the Floyd Rose is not the original Floyd Rose, is the Floyd 1000. Funny, huh? What are the chances? They just made it available. Difference in the shape. Yeah, so the razor, that inlay is a little different. Yeah, man, isn't this a strong angle coming out of the nut? Look at that. That's even sharper than a Gibson angle. That's a strong angle. Yeah. Like if this nut was a bone nut, you would want to really cut it. Like you would want to angle that cut a little. This is a sharp angle. Yeah. Zuhair says, I wonder if that shape at the back would be problematic if you sit in a classical position. It could be because of that pointy bit. Yeah, you're right. It could be. Because in all likelihood, your thigh is going to sit below the strap button there. So, yeah, this is like one of those guitars, man. This is not a versatile guitar. This is a one-trick pony guitar. And again, talking about like big boy guitars, like models like this, the Explorer, the Firebird, you know, all these models, the Razorback, the ML, these are not predominantly sitting guitars, in my opinion. Yeah. Zohair says, kidding, Sorenzo, you joker. You knew this page was available before. I swear to God, no. I know you're joking. Like, literally, push this stream back like 20 minutes. Just drag it back. We clicked on this page multiple times. It wasn't available. I clicked on it earlier in the week. It wasn't available. They literally just made it available, which is insane. The Urtio says resale value won't be good for this axe. I agree with you. 100% agree with you. 100%. Good assessment. So yeah. There you have it, man. That's insane. Okay. So $2,000 for an Indian-made guitar. And then the $6,000 for the USA custom shop. Yeah. It is pricey. It is very pricey. I don't know. Look, and again, we talked about this earlier. I'm right now, just given my experience with the BC Rich Gunslinger that was done, that was also made in India. I think it's a little too early right now to buy guitars from India. And the reason for that is that the culture of guitar building and the training, the time it takes for an industry to build up, like India still hasn't had that time. China has had that time. Indonesia for sure had that time. Look at all the Indonesian built guitars now. They're kicking. Like if you're from like somebody from Court, buy like a master luthier, buy something that is made in Court's master luthier building, and that Indonesian guitar rocks insane good, right? So I'm not having anything against India. I'm just saying that that country still hasn't had enough time to build up the skill set and the guitar culture for it. So I'm really skeptical. Like in 20 years time, I won't be. If this trend continues and they keep producing guitars in India and things get better and better and better, like, you know, you would think, okay, well, that there's a good positive trend, so then I'll change my mind. But right now, especially given the experience I had with Indian-made guitars, I'm really skeptical. Like, I don't know if I know I'll never pay $2,000 for an Indian-made guitar right now. In 10, 15 years, 20 years, maybe I will, but not now. Yeah. So there we go. Ryu says, isn't Pantera currently on tour? Zakk Wylde just released some sort of a driver pedal. I didn't know that. Let's have a look. Pantera tour. You're right, they are. So on June 19th, that's 2 days ago, they were in Dublin, Ireland. On July 5th, they'll be in London. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They are on tour from the looks of it. Definitely on tour. So you have, there we go. I'll share the screen with you guys. July 5th, London. July 9th in Palatia Nero, Athens. Oh, they go to Greece. And then July 12th, they go to Turkey. And then September 17th, they're back in Louisville, Kentucky. Louder than life. So no, yeah, they are on tour. And then you said Zakk Wylde just releases some sort of a draft pedal. I didn't know that either. Zacky. With a Y. Drive pedal. Let's see. On May 25th, Zakk Wylde Audio Overdrive. 20th anniversary. Oh. Ooh. It is an MXR. Right. Okay, so it's an MXR Wylde Audio Overdrive pedal. Right. So they did a 20-year anniversary with Zacky. There we go. On the money, my man. On the money. You know your stuff. We like that. Doroteo says South Korea too high quality. South Korea, you're right. South Korea has been very high quality for a very long time. Yeah. World musical instruments, right? So PRS SEs used to be made in Korea. There was a lot of Strandbergs. Strandberg original series, the OS6 stuff. So that guitar I have at the back. This model used to be made in Korea, and a lot of people. So this fun story for you guys. This model, the one that I have at home right now, it was one of the first models that were one of the first batches that was produced in Court in Indonesia in 2017. So Strandberg used to produce these OS models, OS6 models, in Korea, World Musical Instruments, right? And a lot of people have the nostalgia for that era. So like the Korean stuff made before 2017 has a lot of its own fan because those instruments were really high quality. And then they moved it to Indonesia for costs and all the other considerations. But like if you look at OS6 markets, like people who are looking for OS6, a lot of people are looking for pre-2017 stuff because it was made in Korea. Yeah. There we go. All right, so still ripping. Oh, Zach is good. Zach is good. He still plays. He still rocks. And man, those muscles look good. My man is on. Joe Rogan has this joke about Brock Lesnar. He's like, however many hundreds of pounds of American meat and Mexican supplements. That's a Joe Rogan joke. Zach is kind of like that too. He's on some sort of Mexican supplements, but he's looking good. He's looking really good. Zuhair says, this guitar looks so comfortable to play and lightweight. Which guitar? Are you talking about the Culprit? Didn't get that. But yeah. So, all right. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket? Let's do this. So, the one I just put away. You're talking about the Strandberg. Sorry. It is extremely ergonomic. Can I tell you guys something? And I was having a chat with Mrs. Peaches about exact same thing last night. Right? I was telling her how strange it is for me to love a guitar like that. And the reason for it is that we are told more and more, like more often than not, that, you know, if you get a big, bulky, chunky guitar, like a traditional Les Paul, like it's not tapered, it's not weight relieved, it's hefty, it's heavy, a lot of wood in there, it's good for the sustain. Or you're told that, you know, different things about tuning stability and tone and sustain and all that jazz. That guitar is headless, weight relieved, very minimalistic in designs in some aspects. It still rocks. The tone out of it is awesome. The sustain of it is genuinely great. The neck design, obviously, you know, you've got your Endure neck design for Strandbergs. But that guitar is the proof that so much of the stuff that we kind of believe is not necessarily always true. Because that guitar has a super good sustain, great tuning stability, and the pickups are one of my favorite pickups, like Sir SSV and SSH Plus, like my top 3 pickups. So it's in there. And so I'm like in love with that guitar. Especially like if you work a day job and then you do like teach guitar, which is what I do. Like I have a full-time day job, and then the second half of the day is my second job, which is me teaching guitar, me making content, and, you know, doing my guitar related activities with my guitar students and everything else. So I'm sitting a lot. And by the end of the day, like when I finish everything, so my day job's over, my teaching schedule is over, and now I have to practice, right? By that time, I'm destroyed. And so that guitar is so light. Like, it's not even 5 pounds. It's really light. It's a weight relieved ash body with flame maple top. Or no, I'm mistaken with the wood type. But it's weight relieved. I know it for a fact that it's weight relieved. It's just a bit short of 5 pounds, I think. Like, it's extremely light. So 2 kilos for those who are wondering. 2.5 kilos. Less than that, right? And it sounds like amazing. It just sounds amazing. And it sustains and everything else. And so it's just a proof that so much of the stuff that we are sort of like made to believe is nonsense. It really is. Like, I always thought that if you get a thick, chunky, mahogany Les Paul, that thing is going to sink forever. You play a note, that thing's going to go for 15 seconds each note. Like, I was made to believe that. And you can't achieve that with a 5-pounder. You know what I mean? So again, and this is why it's so important. I keep saying that to everybody online and on videos. Man, this is why it's so important that you play with the guitar before you buy it. Right? Play with the guitar before you buy it. You realize, like, having bought and sold dozens of guitars, it really, really opens your eyes to all the myths that you were made to believe, and you realize, oh God, like none of it was true. It's insane. It's a fun journey. Lemon, how are you? Happy Saturday, pal. How's things? Been a while. Lemon says, is it worth buying a new guitar now? No. Or should I wait until after the next NOM in case something new is announced that makes the current options less appealing or obsolete? Okay. What I'm saying is, this is just my opinion. I think it is a horrible time to buy firsthand, and it's a super good time to buy secondhand. Super good time to buy secondhand. Look, overall market is soft. So the market is a buyer's market right now, right? If you end up like getting close to end of financial year sales, or if you wait till November, Black Friday, like these kind of deals, you might end up getting a good deal. But right now, the saving is in the secondhand market. Here's a couple of market dynamics for you guys to sort of keep in mind when it comes to buying a guitar. So just give me a second. So let's talk about it. We are in a scenario right now that you've got a lot of wars happening around the world, and it's been going on for some time. I understand that there's on the news that the US-Iran war is coming to an end, which is good news. But you guys remember that as a result of that war and they closing the Strait of Hormuz, there was a massive hike in fuel price around the world. Some countries got more impacted than others. That on its own increases the prices of guitars in the next batch that they arrive, right? So there's always a bit of lag by the time they put all that stuff in ships, and those ship freights, those containers arrive. There's always a bit of lag, but it has an impact, right? Number one, we've had these wars going on since Russia-Ukraine stuff. So since then, things been on an upward trajectory, as you guys have probably felt in your normal like day-to-day groceries, right? Number one. So the second thing is a post-COVID economy. Again, things have gone up crazily since post-COVID, and buyers have less and less money, but expenses have gone up, so the prices are going to go up as they have. We've done comparison on PRS SE guitars on this stream, where the guitar that I bought myself for $999 US, so $1,000 US, is now $1,500. Right? So like a 50% price raise for like in 5 years. Something like that is ridiculous, right? So, because of this, the price tag that you get on a first-hand guitar, because of all these factors, the price tag you get on a first-hand guitar is hefty. Crazy. Now, on the flip side, the price tag that you get on a second-hand guitar, let's talk about it. You buy a guitar, you keep that guitar for 1 month, and then you decide to sell it. The guitar is in a mint condition, not a scratch on it, never left the bedroom, never gigged or anything, was not used in a room when someone like smokes, nothing. Perfectly well taken care of, right? That guitar, you own it for a month, you try to resell it, you're going to have to take off 20-30% off that price tag right off the bat on a good day. If you're lucky, you can sell it at like 70-80% of the price tag. If you're lucky. Going back to the same guitar again. This is an OS6 guitar. The NX equivalent of it, the modern 2026 equivalent of this guitar, is sold at around $3,500 Australian dollars. So $2.5 US, whatever the mid-range Strandberg price tag is, right? So let's just say, I genuinely think 35, let's just stick to Australian dollars for now, right? 3,500 Australian dollars, that's the price tag, between 3,500 and 4,000, right? I bought this guitar, plus the Sur pickup upgrades, right? Because the mid-range guitars in Strandberg don't have the Sur pickups in them, the expensive, like, boutique pickups. This guitar does. First hand, this guitar with lesser, like, with not as good pickups is about 3,500 to 4,000 Australian dollars. I bought this guitar for 1,600 Australian. Less than half price. and it's better. And it's mint. It's perfect. Nothing wrong with this guitar. That's a discount. Right? You know what I mean? So to convert everything to US dollars, I'll share my screen with you guys. Here you go. So AUD to USD, and let's be conservative, right? So let's just say this is 3,500. So 2,400 US dollars, 2,450. So 2,500 US dollars is the original price tag. Plus the expensive pickups, the boutique guitar pickups, I bought it for 1,100. Less than half price. So I'll just give you that example to say that the softer guitar market is great, and in the secondhand market you get much better deals right now. My last few purchases were all secondhand. Yeah, that guitar was also secondhand. That was the one that I bought before this one. Again, secondhand. So secondhand is the way. That's one thing. One more thing I'll add, Lemon, and I'll talk too much about this maybe. One more thing I'll add is that right now there is a trend where the guitar stores are entering the secondhand market right now. A lot of guitar stores. I mean, Guitar Center has been in that business for a long time, but there is like a lot of mom and pop stores everywhere. In Australia too, here too. Like there are big companies that are entering the secondhand game. Now, for the buyers, that's not always good news. Like, so the good news for us in that regard is that you can buy a secondhand guitar at a cheaper price tag where it's quality checked. Somebody expert, hopefully, has looked at the guitar and done the check. Maybe some perk comes with it. Maybe some like 6-month warranty comes with it. Things of that nature, depending on the store. Though unlikely. But at least there was some sort of a quality control, something in there. So if you're not an experienced buyer or you don't know electric guitars, that's a safety net for you, right? The bad news is that it increases the prices of the secondhand guitars. So it's an upward pressure on the secondhand guitar price tag. For somebody like me who knows how to buy secondhand, who knows electric guitar, who fixes electric guitars, who fixes electric guitars, that's not good news for me. Like, I don't want them in this. You know what I mean? but it's good news for a lot of people. So, yeah. Ryu says Fender just bought reverb. You're right. Fender bought reverb some time ago. Late last year. I think December last year. When did Fender buy reverb? I think it was December last year. Oh no, April. The deal was announced April last year and then finally closed on June 2nd. Not even December last year. It was April last year. Yeah. You guys remember? I'm not sure if you remember. So, Ryu, when Fender bought it, there was a lot of concerns about how Fender is going to use that platform to push more Fender guitars on the platform. I don't know if that has happened or not, because the way I use reverb is that I look for specific stuff on reverb. Because again, the price tag on reverb is a lot higher than the local secondhand market, right? So unless it's something really special, you shouldn't buy from reverb, I think. But one of the changes they did was the reverb bump stuff. So for those who don't know, reverb has this feature called reverb bump, and essentially it's paid ad, right? You got a listing, you pay reverb, it's an ad, right? And they bump it on the search results or whatever, right? Those bumps have become a lot more prevalent. Like they just appear a lot more often since Fender has bought reverb. Yeah. Ryu says to get a piece of all those used transactions. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, let's just hope they don't sue reverb themselves. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket? I got something cool to show you guys. Like, today is like weird shape guitar day. It really is. Check this out. I want to show you guys. This is a new release from Jackson. Talking about Fender. Have you guys seen this? So this is the Rob Cavestenny's Death Angel. So that's the guitar. Look at that. By the way, what a bad photo. If you got a white guitar like this, either have some sort of a black border around it or change the background to something that has more contrast with white. Like, you guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. Like, the contrast on my screen is no different to the contrast on your screen. It looks like the guitar is blending into the background. Who did this? Right. But for those who don't know, so if I go to Jackson, Death Angel, guitar, that is the shape we're talking about here. That's the shape, kind of, right? For better contrast, this is what it looks like. Nevertheless, there's a Pro Series Jackson's out, Rob Cavestenny's guitar. It's in snow white. Let's have a listen to this guitar first, and then let's talk about the specs, shall we? All right, pause the music. As much as we love blues, pause it. Let's listen to this guitar, shall we, y'all? I'll give you guys some volume. Let me give y'all some volume. And you guys let me know if the volume is too low. Rock and roll. Let's go.
Death Angel was just trying to rock as hard as we could. It's like friendly competition between guitar players. Everyone's checking out each other's equipment and gear, checking out each other's music, everything. To me, I had like really cool guitars, and just having my Jackson guitars gave me confidence.
That's an interesting. I was on mute. That's an interesting story, no? But that's an interesting shape too. Like it's a very, very unique big boy guitar shape again. By the way, doesn't this guy look like what's the name of the singer of Slayer? Forgot the guy's name. Kerry King, Jeff Henneman, and good God, what was the name of the guy? Ah, God, forgot the Latino dude, singer of Slayer. Forgot his name. Somebody help me. Tom Araya. Yeah, thank you. That guy looked like an Asian Tom Araya. No? Have a look at him. Doesn't he look like an Asian Tom Araya? He kind of looks like an Asian Tom Araya or like an Asian Kirk Hammett. And I know Kirk Hammett's like half Filipino or something like that. Yeah, but it kind of gives me that vibe for some reason. Like I'm surprised he mentioned Metallica but not Slayer. Like Doroteo says these shapes are getting insane. I know, right? This looks good. Look, honestly, I honestly dig it. I thought this shape actually looks really good. It's a weird shape, but I like it. It just like a feeling. Like I don't have any reason to tell you like, oh, like guitar design wise, this is good or whatever. I just can tell you I like it. And I like the fact that like despite its weird shape, has a nice round bottom there. If you ever decide to play the seated, the ribs are there for you to do so. So that's what I appreciated about this shape. It looks good. I like it. So here you have it, folks. That's the guitar. It's with EMG 81 and EMG HAs. So you kind of know what kind of sound it is that you're getting out of this baby. Now, here we go. Main features: has a Nyata body, lighter than mahogany, a through body maple neck with graphite reinforcement and scarf joint. So when it says through body with Jackson is a little tricky, because Jackson's, a lot of Jacksons, they're called through body necks, but they're not really like neck through. They're like half neck through, which is a Jackson thing that they do. But yeah. Graphite reinforcements, fine. So that's like two different pieces of graphite on either side of your truss rod and a scarf joint, which is good. Scarf joints are always good. Some people don't like them, but in terms of like the stability and the structural strength of the neck, scarf joints are pretty good for it. 12 to 16 inch compound radius, not a surprise. 24 jumbo frets with shark fin inlays, not a surprise. Standard Jackson. Lumen lace side dot, not a surprise. EMG 81 bridge and EMG HA neck pickups, thrash sound, very thrash sound. 3-way toggle pickup, single volume control, top mounted Floyd Rose 1000 series. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that in a Pro series, but fine. And then you got the die-cast tuners, Jackson tuners, and then dual locking strap buttons on the guitar. Interesting, huh? Yeah, very thrash. Look at that. And the lumen lays are blue. I like it. They're not green. I like the blue lumen lays a lot better. The Strandberg I showed you guys has lumen lays on the side, but it's so old that they don't glow as much anymore. And I've been thinking about replacing them. Maybe I should. So yeah. All right, so what do we have here? Let's have a look. Go down. Open it up. Does not come with a gig bag. Gloss body finish. Nyata body material. We talked about it. Yeah, in a Pro series, we're doing Nyata and not mahogany. That's again another interesting. Or ash even. Fine. Dome style control knob, diecast Jackson tuning machines. Fine. 25.5-inch scale and jumbo frets. Okay. 42 mil nut width. That's good. Nice and thin. We like that. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Yeah, that's another insane guitar. So how much are they selling it for? Because again, on the website, it always says it's out. Like it's sold out. But let's see if our friends at Sweetwater got them. There we go. $1,600. So you have the old black one at $1,300, and this one is $1,650. Now shipping. There we go. 7 pounds. Between 7 to 8 pounds. That's the size of the guitar. There we go. Weight of the guitar, rather. Boom. And it is made in Court. What a surprise. It's made in Court, Indonesia. ICJ, that's the code. See that? Bang. There we go, folks. That is the Jackson Pro Series signature Rob Cavastani's Death Angel electric guitar. But yeah, did I miss any chat, by the way? I don't think so. Nah, we didn't miss any chat. We like it. We like to be updated with the chat. So that was another guitar I wanted to show you guys, which I thought it was really, really interesting. Now, who's ready for some, like, I don't want to be controversial, but the topic is a slightly sensitive one. Who's ready for that? Now, I'm going to just open up with a quick thing, right? This discussion is going to be adult-like discussions. We're going to talk about things that adults talk about, okay? So everybody be cool. Everybody be nice to each other. If you disagree, if you feel strongly about something, this is one of those ones that can spiral out of control, okay? So with that caveat, let's talk about this topic. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but over the past few months, especially as these online AI tools are becoming better and better in generating videos, right? One of the things that's been happening a lot, especially on Instagram, is that somebody would get a video of a female guitar player playing a guitar. So I'm talking likes of Sophie Borrell, the likes of Larissa, forgot her surname, and heaps of other guitars, Sophie Lloyd, heaps of other guitar players. So essentially what these girls do, they go on Instagram, they play guitar, or they mime playing guitar on a pre-recorded song, doesn't matter, and they post their content, right? More often than not, they're very well-dressed, very feminine dressed, for lack of a better word, and they kill it on Instagram. Their views and all that is off the charts. Great players, great looks, great videos, everything's there. Anyways, so some people have been downloading their videos or capturing their videos, putting it through an AI filter, and getting the AI to generate an AI video of a hot woman with big assets. You know, I'm talking like assets, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. And very revealing clothes, and exactly the same audio. The audio is exactly the same. The video is exactly the same. Even the AI video lady who's playing the guitar is doing the exact same arm and body movements and everything else, like facial movements and all that. But everybody knows that it's actually the, humans, human creation that has gone through an AI filter. Ryu is saying, look up Patouche. What is that? Is it? If it's related to this topic, I have no idea what this is. Patouche. I have no idea what that is. So, anyways, so this has been an ongoing struggle, essentially, for those female content makers, rather, right? So, There was this article out on Guitar World that it says it was identical. Same room, same guitar, same movement. It was literally my video, except I've been replaced. And guitarists are having their videos stolen, replaced by AI, and used to scam people out of money, and no one's doing anything to stop it, right? So influential players, including Sophie Burrell, Sophie Lloyd, why they're like just Sophies, huh? Have had their work manipulated by bad actors in order to defraud guitar fans. And they detail their struggles to get fake footage taken down and explains why female guitarists are disproportionately targeted. They're saying that gone are the days when online sleuths were concerned about whether someone was fake playing. Now it's all about whether the guitarist on the screen is even human or not. Sophie Burrell said, I was scrolling on TikTok and got recommended a video of a girl playing a guitar. It was identical to my setup, same camera angle, same room, same guitar, same movements. It took me less than a second to realize that it was literally my video, except I'd been replaced by an AI-generated character. Right? And there we go. She made a video about it too. So that's her, and then that's the AI video. It honestly feels like a Black Mirror episode. It blows my mind that instead of learning an instrument or developing a skill, people would rather steal someone's work, slightly altered with AI, and then take credit for it themselves. I'm angry that people can steal my content without my consent, replace me using AI, repost it without crediting me and getting attention from it, and then use my engagement to funnel people towards whatever they're selling. And it's usually something inappropriate. So Sophie Lloyd also has the same thing. So she's like, I've received dozens of email people claiming that they've been speaking with me over video calls for months. Clearly scammers using AI impersonation. And some situations are genuinely devastating with people being scammed out of their money. Yeah. So essentially it was that. That's essentially what is going on. And when I read this, and I knew about Sophie Burrell's situation because she was out there talking about it on her Instagram channel and everything else, right? I had some thoughts about it, which, again, it's gonna be like an adult talk, okay? So this is not one of those ones that, whatever. So, number one, first things first. Any stealing of someone's content, I'll tell you guys the creator side of things, which not many people talk about. When somebody steals your content, it sucks a lot, irrespective of whether there's any like sexual angle to it or not, right? I, as you guys know, do a lot of guitar education content or guitar funny skit content, right? I had this page, Instagram page, based in India. You could see it from their channel details and everything, called Sir's Guitar Lesson or something like that. The guy would literally illegally download everybody's videos, a bunch of creators, and then re-upload their post. Literally. And that was something that was done to me, too. Like, someone literally just stole my video and didn't even alter anything, just reposted on his channel as a guitar lessons channel. And if you go to his channel, was brought down. When I realized that, I reached out to more than 20 different creators, like guitar teachers, that had their videos also stolen from the guy's page. And we all reported, about like 7 of us reported it back to Instagram, and Meta shut that channel down and all the other channels the guy's trying to create. So that was like a process that took about a couple of weeks. But just as a feeling, it really sucks when you see your own face, your own video on someone's channel, especially if then you realize, oh my God, the views and likes and engagement and ad revenue that they're getting is like same as the video that you posted. Like, they took half of your stuff now, and all they've done was just illegally download and repost, as opposed to spending hours and hours to develop the craft and the skill, and then make the video, and then edit it, and then post that at the right time, and all the stuff that is involved with creating content. So first things first, right off the bat, it sucks. Like, it feels horrible. Now, for girls, it might feel a little extra horrible. Now, not maybe in this case where Sophie is herself wearing something a bit more revealing. Like, you could see details of her body through the, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I'm not blaming her. Like, she's doing what girls do. Like, there's no issues with wearing revealing clothes in my books. But it's more revealing than the AI character here. But there are some situations where the AI character is wearing much more revealing clothes than the real girl that is actually playing the guitar, right? And so in that scenario, if you're a woman that you feel uncomfortable with that, that might also feel extra rough. Maybe not in this instance, for that sense, if you know what I mean. But in other situations, it's definitely the case, right? So that's the next thing to keep in mind about that. Ryu says, fakes are contaminating just about all genres of any skill involved vids. You're right. Music too, right? Not just vids. So you're absolutely right. Music too. Could it be bots? I don't think so. I don't think, because even like when you put a video through an AI, and I've tried that before for content to see if I can streamline some things to make my life easier. The thing is, the AIs are not that smart yet. So it needs human intervention to go through and get the final output polished. So I don't think it's bots yet. I think it'll be bots in 10 years. Like, you're right. There will be like agents that do all of that as the things get like exponentially smarter. But not yet. But yeah, the second thing on a women's content creator side, I think is one of those ones that, you know, it impacts them a little more. Now, here's the thing. Like, so this is like, I'm all on their side on this. I think any stealing of any content is a big problem on its own. I wish the platforms did a little bit more to tackle it. I know, for example, YouTube has this service to find your lookalikes. So they do that. Meta says they do. I don't know how strongly they do that. But that's on that front. But in parallel to that also, if you're a type of content creator, and I think female content creators do more of that, this is why this type of stuff is impacting women content creators a lot more than guys. It is impacting the guys too, but I think it's impacting the girls a lot more. And the reason for that is a lot of times girls dress very well, very attractively, right? If you know what I mean. Really, sometimes semi-revealing, really attractively, like this photo, right? Like, you know what I mean? There are some girls who don't. Like, if you have a look at, what was her Brazilian girl's name who's endorsed by ESP LTDs? Monica Falchi? What's her name? Monica? Jessica Falchi. Jessica the Falchi, there we go. So she is this Brazilian guitar player, and more often than not, if you see her videos, she's like in t-shirts or like fully covered. You know what I mean? Like, more often than not, her videos are like that. So the focus is now entirely on her guitar playing, right? But there's a lot of women who don't. Like, they have more revealing stuff, right? And so that's why they're more targeted. So put that next to the fact that most of content consumers of electric guitars are guys by far, like easily 80-90% of content that is consumed, electric guitar content that is consumed, is from guys. I can give you guys an exact stat, by the way. So I'll just go to my own Instagram page, or I can even look at my phone. So hold on, let me go and look at my phone, and I'll go to one of my posts that has like 300,000 views at least, so that there's like a good pool of people that have looked at it. So there we go. This video has 316,000 views, right? It is about music theory. Where am I? Right? It's me holding a guitar, explaining music theory against guitar frets and all that. So this content is not skewed towards male or female. It's just guitar music theory, and it's not only electric guitar either. It's just about guitar, how your music theory, like your note intervals, connect to your guitar fret markers. That's what this video is about, right? So now, when I go to the view insights, right, it has 316,000 views. Out of those 316,000 views, right, audience, gender, 93.7% are men. Can you guys see that? Look at the bottom, that purple thing, line. 93.7% of a guitar education content, music theory. So it's not skewed. It's not like heavy metal. You would say, oh, heavy metal, mostly guys listen to it. It's skewed that way. This is just guitar music theory, right? 93.7, almost 94% of the views were from women. My apologies, from men. 4%, 6% rather, were from women. So it's safe to say that the consumers of guitar content are predominantly men. By miles. Unless you're a female guitar content creator and you don't like predominantly cater to girls and things of that nature. But even then, if you dress really well, it's probably going to be still mostly guys watching, isn't it? Right? This is the reason why these girls, like the girl content creators, are more targeted in this situation and not guys. Right? It's that a majority of the consumers are men, and there are things that are stronger of an attraction to men than guitars, and that is good-looking girls. That's why. It's not a like it's a market demand pressure. You know what I mean? It's not like somebody's like, you know what? Let's go and just mess with girls. It's not that. It's supply and demand. The viewers are mostly men, and this is what men like, and that's been the case since the dawn of time, and that's why. So that's that. But yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks to have your content stolen and having, you know, repurposed like that. And so yeah. Doroteo says, women power, truly great players. I'll completely agree with you. Sophie Lloyd is awesome. I'm a huge fan of Sophie Lloyd. Great guitar player. Larissa Levere, the Brazilian girl, she's grown a lot. From being like a bedroom guitar player, she's now on the stage. Like, she's amazing. She's really good. I'm a huge fan of Jessica DeFalchi. And I'm not good with names, so I forgot her name. But Jessica DeFalchi is great. What's her name? Good God. And I really like her too. I'm just so bad with names, man. What's the other guitar girl that Kiki Wong. Kiki Wong is super good too. Very competent player, super marketer. That Kiki Wong girl is so good at marketing herself. She's good at this stuff. So yeah, Kiki Wong is also good, really good. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, man. I think the thing that became an advantage, the thing that was advantage for these girls, their looks. Because let's be honest, a lot of their views, I'm not saying they're not competent guitar players. They're very competent guitar players. There's no questions about it. They're great musicians, right? But a good chunk of their looks also came from guys wanting to see pretty girls, like that attraction that is just, you don't even think, most guys don't even think about it, the consumers of online media content. You just see somebody pretty, you just stay on, you don't swipe away, right? A lot of their views comes from that, and I think the thing that was their advantage for such a long time, their looks, is now in part is their disadvantage in a small sense, because now people are taking their videos and, repurposing them with AI and all that, which is a nasty thing to do. You shouldn't do that regardless, And there's no fault to these girls that look there's no fault, like there's no blaming of these girls that use their assets, physical assets, to get more attention. Like, that's what girls been doing since the dawn of time in the dating market. And like, you should be attracted to your girlfriend or partner or whoever, right? that attraction got you, like, that's a good thing. That's a positive force in the nature, right? So I'm not faulting them for doing that. I'm not saying that they're not good enough. They're doing what girls do. Like, if men weren't attracted to that, all of us would be gay. You know what I mean? And again, nothing wrong with being gay, but I'm just saying, I'm glad that, you know, that women beauty is there and it's used for a good reason, right? So, like, that's a good thing. And so I hate it, man. I hate it when people fault these girls, because there's some guitar content creators, and I know them. Like, I can think of a couple of them right off the top of my head. But there are a couple of guy guitar content creators who are bitter about their views not being as high, and then they calling those girls who use their assets and their beauty in their videos for views, they blame them. And I'm like, man, that's such a sucker thing to do. That is such a loser thing to do. First of all, you're a man. Provide value. Our world is, if you're a man, our world is never like, oh, you look good, let me do something for you. It's more like, what can you do for me in exchange for money? You know what I mean? It's like, what value can you provide me? That's how a man's world is. So to those guys who think like that, I'm like, first of all, man the hell up, man. You're a man, for God's sake. But secondly, it's a disgusting thing to do. When you go on and fault girls for being girls, that's just a disgusting thing to do. Ryu says, beauty is a curse and a blessing. 100%. Any power is. Any power is a curse and a blessing. Like for us guys too, right? So like, women are the better looking of the two genders. Men are the stronger. Like, we're muscular. Our bone density is more. And so if we don't control that power, it becomes destructive. It becomes criminal. It becomes corrupt, right? That's why you have to be powerful, have those virtues, whether it's a crazy beauty like girls do or strength like men do, and then hold it under control. Like, that's one of the things, like, I don't agree with everything Jordan Peterson says, but he has a point about, you know, you don't want to be a toothless tiger. You want to be a strong and toothful. I'm not sure if he used that word, but you want to be a strong and dangerous tiger that has that power under control, right? That was like, I'm like, he's so right about it. Doroteo says, Jennifer Batten was the pioneer in women's shred guitar. She even was in Michael Jackson's band too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. For once. For once, I think I know who you're talking about. Because more often than not, I don't. You bring up these, like, a lot of Jennifer Batten. Yes, I was right. And you're right. Dorothy brought such a good point. Jennifer Batten, killer guitar player. Have you seen her? If you guys haven't seen her live, like her live videos, check her out. That's her. Man, she aged, huh? Like, I remember her like this. Good God. And she was with Washburn. Now this is how she looks like. God bless her. She's amazing. You would see her like this playing with Michael Jackson in songs like Beat It and a whole bunch of other, like, he performed live with Michael so hard so many times. Freakishly good guitar player. Jennifer Batten. Freakishly good. Unbelievable. Hats off to her. Ryu says, what about Nancy Hart? Nancy Hart. I don't know her by name. Who is she? Are we talking about guitars? Nancy Hart is women's history. Is she is she a guitar player or a warrior? Who's Nancy Hart? She seems to be like a American Battlefield Trust. Oh, the band Hart. Nancy and Ann Wilson. Oh, okay, I know Ann Wilson. Hold on, let me put this there. There we go. I know Ann Wilson. She did a song with Disturbed, the band Disturbed. She's such, at that old age, she still got it, man. Her voice is awesome. And Nancy Wilson. That's Nancy Wilson. There you go. That's her. Yeah, I don't know her playing. I've heard. I think the face is familiar, but I haven't seen her playing. I'll look at it today, actually. Hold on, let me put it in my notes. Where are my notes? Thanks for that suggestion, pal. I'm just gonna actually have a listen to her today. There we go, Nancy Wilson. We will be listening to her today after the stream because I haven't heard her playing. I know Ann Wilson. Ann Wilson, by the way, guys, did a really cool song with Disturbed a couple of years ago. Ann Wilson, Disturbed. It's this song. What is it called? It's this one. The video clip is not that crazy. Don't Tell Me. It's called Don't Tell Me. It's a great song. It's very Disturbed. It's like a love song. The video clip, not ideal, but the music is great. So there we go. All right, man, let me do this before we even go anywhere else. Let me do this. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Before we even go anywhere else, we're going to do our favorite part of the stream today. Before we even talk about the next guitar. Bring my favorite song out. Bring it. Bring a nice, relaxed violinish. There we go. Ryu says, believe it or not, Charo rips the flamenco. Charo. Charamalagu. Ah, right. Yeah. Know what you're talking. I've heard one of the songs. One song's only. Yeah. She's a very talented performer too. Anyways, y'all. Our favorite part of the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. On a Saturday evening, if you're in Australia or Japan, that's Sunday morning. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I just, it's a highlight of the week for me, as I say it all the time. And there's 5 of you live right now. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, man. It's just it's a blessing. It's one of those things you don't want to take for granted. Hanging out with friends, chilling, talking guitars. That's good time. That's a good time for me. So let me pop this bottle, y'all. If you guys got that thing, if you guys got a drink handy, take it up now. Bring that glass, bring that can, bring that bottle, whatever you got. Take it. When I go back to drinking beer or bourbon, once my work obligations are a little reduced, once we go back to that, it'll be that. But for now, it's Pepsi. Doroteo says, guitar talk is cool. I'm with you. Ryu says, cheers, mates. Cheers, brother. Appreciate you. Doroteo says, I'm drinking Diet Coke, bruh. Well, there we go. We're kind of on the same page there. Guys. There we go. To you and your loved one's health. Happy weekend, my friends. Thanks for hanging out with me today. To your health. Yeah, there we go. We like that. We like this. There we go. We're ready to go. Shall we jump on the next item on the docket? Let's do this. Because I thought this was an interesting guitar. So, funny how we talked about Strandbergs a little earlier on the stream, hey? Because that was in... Doroteo says, yes, sir. Hell yeah. Funny we talked about Strandbergs a little earlier because that wasn't planned, but this Strandberg was planned. So let's talk about it. This was released 3 days ago, earlier in the week. This is the Strandbergs Bowden Standard N2.6. So that's a new generation of Bowdens. And this is the metal power. So this model is specifically played for metal players. I'm like, when I looked at it, it made me laugh a little. Because I'm like, yeah, like most Strandberg guitars are not played by metal players. You know what I mean? Like, Strandberg has a massive following in the metal world, right? In the gent and prog players. But this was released, I think, 3-4 days ago. This is the N2.6. We talked about it. So this is sort of like an upgrade on the NX models. As an example, the neck graphite reinforcement's been changed to titanium, right? Which structurally Strandberg claims, although Strandberg claims that structurally is better, but also tonal quality-wise, it's also a better thing for the guitar. It is freakishly expensive, $2,000 US, so it's about, again, 3,500 Australian dollars. So we talked about these prices earlier. This is sort of like a upgrade on a running metal guitar, sort of a family of guitars that Strandberg used to do for artists. So there are some European metal artists that Strandberg used to make guitars for, and they still do. This is sort of very heavily inspired by that, from the color of it to the specs. Let's talk about it. So this, look at that. Fishman Fluence pickup in there, by the way. And look how thin this guitar is. Now, if you want to look at the back of the guitar and the electronics cavity, like this is new. So that shape there, that bulge out, whatever you want to call it, that's a new thing. Older Strandbergs don't have that, firstly. Secondly, see this, that carve there, right? That carve wasn't there in older Strandbergs either. They added that extra carve for a better neck hug when you go to higher registers. So that's fantastic. Did I get a... Yeah. So there we go. Overall, again, super ergonomic. I love this feature there, by the way. It is a bolt-on neck, like almost all Strandbergs, and it has an injure neck there, as you would expect it. I think slightly thinner in the neck than your original series. So let's talk about it. Right-handed only, bolt-on, solid body, multi-scale guitar. Has a hardtail bridge. Much prefer those to floating bridge, to be completely honest with you guys. Strandberg Power D Fishman pickups. It is 2.3 kilos, so 5 pounds. Told you guys. Like, mine is less than 5 pounds. This is like 5 pounds. Plus and minus 10%. It is manufactured in the Master Luthier building of Cortec, Indonesia. It is a basswood body. It's not weight relieved from my understanding. Black metal metallic satin finish and acrylic satin on the body. Right. Roasted maple neck, fine. Titanium reinforcement, told you guys earlier. Fretboard material is ebonol. This is new. Right. 25 to 25.5 inch scale. It's has fan frets, so fine. Fretboard radius 20 inches. Not a surprise for a Strandberg. Strandberg guitars almost exclusively have 20-inch frets. They made a custom guitar like for 25 inches. The fretboard radius, which is insane. Even flatter than 20, I'm like, wow. I thought 20 was it, but clearly not. 24 frets. Stainless steel frets. As a 0 fret, by the way. So it literally, for those who don't know, this is, once this image loads itself, this is the 0 fret. So it has a nut and a 0 fret design. 42 mil nut width, 1.65 inches. That's what it is. Original lumen lake green on the frets, which is fine. We don't mind that. Knobs are aluminum knob NX 6 mil. And then you got the ARC 6 string multi-scale hardtail bridge. Fine. 5-piece pickup switching. Fine. What I'm interested to see is how thick the neck is. There we go. So the neck is still a little thick, isn't it? So the neck thickness on the first fret is 21.7 mils, which is a little thick for a guitar like this. And that's a surprise to me. It really is. You know why? Because Strandberg got those titanium reinforcements or graphite reinforcements in the guitar neck, but also part of the finish that they do on the neck is very similar to what, the carbon exoskeleton design is. So essentially the finish, the exoskeleton on the guitar is as strong as the guitar itself, right? So they got that going on already on the necks. So the necks are pretty solid and stable. The fact that this neck is not like Ibanez Wizard neck thin, it's a surprise to me. Somehow, this is, I think, the only fault that I have from my own Strandberg that I showed you guys just now. The only fault I have on it is that the neck is a little too thick for a thin ergonomic guitar like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's the only weird thing. So 21.7 is a little thick. 22.5 is a little thick. I would rather see that 19 mils than 21. That will be better. I'd much rather that. So yeah. So there you have it. Let's have a listen. Let us have a listen to this guitar. I'll give you guys some volumes.
Hi.
Hi. Boom.
This is Peter from Strandberg Guitarists, and today we'll be looking at the standard M2 powered metal guitars for some jet black Bowden action. The Bowden standard M2 metal powered series comes in 6, 7 and 8 string hardtail models with consistent black looks and powerful, fat and percussive tone courtesy of the Powered by Fishman pickups and ebonol fretboards. Like their siblings in the standard M2 line, the standard M2 metal powered series come with the M2 curved body top for a comfortable playing experience no matter if you're sitting down, playing classical seated, or standing up. The Strandberg Powered by Fishman pickups have 3 selectable voicings modeled after chosen passive pickups to cover everything from high gain to dynamic cleans with ease. And we've been careful not to make these pickups too hot, so you'll preserve the dynamics of your playing and be able to play a lot of different styles. Now, let's hear some sounds. The Bowden standard M2 metal power guitars is a perfect choice for players looking for the sleekest possible playing experience. And of course, great high gain tones, but not limited to it. So head over to strandbergguitars.com and check them out.
That's the magic of Fishman pickups. Fishman, the thing that Fishman brought to the table that nobody else did before, to that extent, was that they brought in pickups with different voicings. I'm not just talking about single coil humbucker push and pull or phase changes, things that were there, completely different voicings. Mick Thompson's LTD guitar, the new signature model that has one bridge Fishman pickup in it. comes in 3 different voicings, and that's insane. That makes that thing versatile for a bridge pickup. Now, again, that guitar is a single trick pony, but you get the point I'm trying to make here. Like, it gives you a lot of options to play around, and like the guy said, it is a metal guitar, but they still kept it very versatile. This is not a one-trick pony anymore. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing. Like, for somebody who doesn't want to play metal, but they still want something that is a little hotter than your average pickups, like, they'd be open to something like this, you know? So that's an interesting thing they're going on there. That, like, I appreciated it. I appreciate the fact that they're trying to actually, you know, appeal to a broader audience. That's a good thing, I think, that they're doing. So, now, Ryu asked me, Ryu said, I saw an Ibanez on Sweetwater that looked similar in style. It was some Japanese kid's signature model. Ichikanito's? Is that what you saw? Ichikanito. Oh, wow. Just a strap? Not the guitar? Good God, that's not what we looked for, did we? Ichika Nito Ibanez. I did not look for a strap. That there usually has what? Okay, you know what? I'll just Google it. These guys don't deserve that. Ichika Nito Ibanez guitar. That's the guitar you saw, I think. Is that the one you saw? That's his signature. I think that's probably the most famous Japanese artist with a headless Ibanez guitar that I know of. Yeah. There we go. I wasn't even sharing my screen. God damn it. I just realized. Sorry, dude. I've been trying to find options and I thought I was sharing screen. Is it this one? Is that the one you found? Like you saw on Sweetwater? Was headless and white. I think it's this one. I think you saw Ichika's signature. Ryu. I think it's this one. Yeah. And then Ryu said, are these similar to Kiesel guitars, those Strandbergs? Only in the sense that they are both headless, but there's really significant design differences between Kiesels and Strandbergs. Ryu says, "Yeah, sick. Yeah. This is the model." It's an interesting design for a headless guitar. Yeah, that's the model. 3 single coils. Could you believe it? Wasn't expecting that when it came out. I was like, oh wow, okay. Didn't expect 3 single coils. But talking about like Kiesels and Strandbergs, I think, look, the thing is, the thing to keep in mind when it comes to Kiesel guitars, right, is that Kiesel is a custom shop guitar builder, right? Not like they have production models too, fine, right? But these guitars, like, you know, they have like ready to ship guitars like that as well. But what Kiesel essentially right now at least is that they're custom guitar builders. Right, so you would literally go in here and then you select the shape that you like. So Kyber, Iro, Delos, Vader, that's one of their headless designs. Headless Kyber, I love this design. Z2, O2, these are all different headless models. So you select one, right? And then you just build your own. So like you select this one and then go about customizing it. Right, so it has like all these options, like what type of wood, dexterity, strings, everything you want. Like you toggle it on and then it just immediately shows you on the screen of what you've selected and what you've done there, right? Well, how do you want the logo to be there, additional finish options, white burst, like that. So you just completely from the beginning to the end customize your guitar, and it gives you the price tag, you add it to cart, and you're good, right? You put a deposit in there, they'll build it to you and they ship it to you. This is what Kiesel is. Right, so they're predominantly boutique luthiers, you say? Yeah, but like they're custom builders, essentially. Like you can buy a guitar for $3,000 that is exactly to your specification, right? It's a custom guitar build. thing is that Strandberg is not. Strandberg is they have production models predominantly. Like their custom built guitars are not at the forefront, unlike Kiesel. So it's a little hard to compare these two together. Do you know what I mean? Because Kiesel, you order and then Kiesel builds that guitar for you. They give you like 4, 5, 6 different headless guitar body style options, right? The Kyber, the O2, Z2, and so on and so forth, right? Like all these options you get just for a headless guitar, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that? You get all these options. 6, the K series. 7, the acoustic headless. 8, the headless Delos. 9, 10, 11. You know what I mean? Like so many headless guitar options because they're just like they're built to order, right? So you order them, they build it for you. Whereas Strandberg is more like a production company. So they have production models like the Bowden, right? I think Bowden and Salem are the main guitars that they push out. Like if I go to Strandberg's website again, where was I? There we go. Like if you go to guitars right now, what are the series they've got? All right, so guitars, and then let's go to series. You have, this is the Bowden. Essential, so that's Bowden again. Bowden again. Original series, Bowden. Bowden. Jazz, so that's 2. Doesn't matter, that's the Bowden shape again. Artisan is Bowden again. Jazz, and then Salem. So 3 models. You got the Bowden, the Jazz, and the Salem. Like, is there more? No, Salem is the Jazz. Sorry, there's 2. So there's Bowden shape and then the Salem shape. That's it. That's what they do. Special editions, do we have anything there that is crazy? Nah, don't even there. Nothing. 404. So that's the difference. So you can't really compare the two together, right? I think the thing that Strandberg brings to the table is their ergo injure neck guitar neck. The injure neck is something that nobody else does and only Strandberg does, and I think it's great. Like if only my guitar neck was a little thinner, it would have been the perfect guitar. Like guitar neck would be awesome. Highly recommend you guys, if you guys want to check out the injure neck, I'll show it to you. So if you guys have a look here on this guitar neck, right, see how it's not a straight, like symmetrical guitar neck. See how the shape of that trapezoid here goes down and goes down. It's like curves. See that curvature there? That's because how your hand moves as you go to upper registers. So the Strandberg guitar neck is not a symmetrical. There we go. You can see it here now better. Let me move the mic. See this? It's not symmetrical. It has an angle. It's like trapezoid, right? It's not round. It literally has an angle there. You can clearly see it, and you can clearly see how it's different when you go towards the headstock. As you go towards the body, there's a curve, right? That asymmetrical injure neck is what Strandberg brings to the table. And if this was only a little thinner than what it is right now, it would have been the perfect neck for me. Just a little thinner. So in that sense, Strandbergs are special. I think they're super special in that sense. But then again, you get more body shape options from Kiesel. Yeah. So there we go, man. I think we covered everything we wanted to cover today. Zuhair, by the way, says good night, Sorenzo. Good night, brother. Have a great weekend. Rest well tonight. Kick ass tomorrow, man. Sorry, Zuhair, didn't see your message earlier. I just saw it. So, all right, guys. I think we're gonna leave it here. I think we've been on for like almost 2 hours now. 1 hour 59 minutes. I think we did well. I think we did really well. We kicked it. We talked about the Culprit, We talked about Dean and, you know, the Z-Glide neck. We talked about the Jackson Pro series, the Death Angel, AI. We talked it all today. I liked it. Today's stream was fun. I had a lot of fun there. Doroteo hits me with a bruh. But yeah, man, what more can I say? What more can I say other than thanking you guys for hanging out with me today? Guys, have a super duper weekend. Kick some ass. Hug a loved one. I also almost said love a hugged one. Love a hugged one and hug a loved one. How about that? And congrats on another week. Well done, all of you guys. Father's Day's man. Father's Day, man of the house. Does man of the house stuff. Looks after family. Provides value. Takes care of people. Real man stuff I'm talking about here. Congratulations to all of you men out there who are looking after your loved one, looking after a daughter, a son, taking care of people, providing value, building stuff. Hats off to everybody. Hats off to everybody. Happy Father Days. Ryu says, love all huggers. Hell yes. Hell yes. Man. It's a good day. It's a good day to be a man. We do stuff, man. We solve problems. We do shit. Hell yes. So, man, with that said, guys, kick some ass this weekend. Get some well-deserved rest. Pop a can of beer. Pop a bottle. Enjoy. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, you guys. Take a good care of yourself. I'll see you guys in the next video on the next live stream. Mwah! Take a good care of yourself, y'all.